Hello, hello, hello! Welcome and well met! Welcome to the stream! I'm Helena Theodosia, and today I am playing Ace Attorney Investigations Chronicles. And we are... let's see, this is the third stream of Turnabout Reminiscence. We're just at, I think, Gumshoe technically got arrested? We need to go investigate the hallway Gumshoe was standing in when crime happened. So we're gonna try doing that today, and I hope I don't fall asleep midstream. Okay. This. Nope, it's all dark still. Hello. We get to be young Edgeworth, and we have young Francesca following after us. Yeah, I definitely go over here. I'm like, wait, do I have to move? No, I don't. The guy's still struggling with the drink now. I think we just have to go to the hallway at this point. Let's go. Oop, I still have... Oop. Ooh, hold on. I forgot about this. What? Oop. That's not what I wanted. I'm like, oh, oops. I forgot. I usually don't have to worry about this, but I had to cancel Friday, so I have to worry about this. Sorry, let me adjust things. I didn't realize I had to. Again, I forgot. A little busy today. Why is Detective Bad and the judge here? They're just hanging out in the hall. Looks like Bad is getting notes from the judge. Why is he interviewing the judge in the hallway? I feel like that would have been done elsewhere. Oh wait, what was behind my head? Oh, there's a person behind me. Hi. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Now, if you excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oop. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right? I don't know why I'm getting a squeaky voice. Why am I giving the judge a squeaky voice? My name is, My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And I'm Manfred von Karma's daughter, Francesca von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor. I see. Oop. Okay, what? Let's see. I see. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by von Karma, Miles Edgeworth, and Miss Jean... Ah! This is my tongue. He bit his tongue. Apparently he was talking very, very fast. Why was he talking so fast? Okay. Are you busy? Do we need to let you go? You are right, Your Honor. Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine. Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh! Very well then. I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now about your earlier testimony. Yes, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright. After all, it is my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out the detective's exact movements. Investigation. Begin. Oh, I can just ignore the judge. I'm just, Edgeworth, ask the judge to stay so they can talk to him. Me could totally just run off and just do whatever. I could totally just ignore the judge. Okay, but let's talk to the judge first. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you suspect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Aha, very well. You may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh, I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. About that. There's very few judges in the Ace Attorney series. Let's see, there's this one. There's the one with the blonde beard. We got the Korean judge, the judge in the past for the Great Ace Attorney. Is that it? That might be it. As far as like more of the mainline games go. I know Investigation's not technically a mainline game, but I don't think it contradicts canon. At least not yet. That might be it. Just those 4. Which isn't a lot, given how many trials. I think you usually have so many more judges than this many trials. Anyway. Okay, time of the murder. Let's see here now. Then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. If you take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. Wait. You look through the window at the end of the hall, you see a small window. Oh, you can see another window through a window. Okay. Like, what do you mean another window? I'm like, wait, no. Not what he's meaning. And that is the window to the men's restroom. In other words, you can clearly see into this hallway from the men's restroom. So he wasn't actually in the hallway. When I was going into the restroom, that detective, Gumshoe, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machine, buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. Immediately loses composure again. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said. Is getting spooked by the judge. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Ho ho ho. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the... What are you trying to say? Concept. Oh, concept. Apparently this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. It's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Oh, anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime. I keep forgetting he's 20. He is legally adult and I keep calling him Mr., but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, he's a kid. This is him in his kid era, but that's not right. Francesca's a kid. Edgeworth is not, even in this flashback. We do get Kid Edgeworth, but it's not this time. Okay. The judges in this country seem rather friendly. Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Interesting. Hello, Detective. What is with the ants? Let's inspect this window. What is with the ants? There's ants in the window. The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size. Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Karma name and not be squished under it, you better work extra hard, just like these ants. The same goes for you, Francesca. Men's room. So that window on the other side belongs to the men's room. I can't see it. At your height, I'm not surprised. Oh, she's mad. Edgeworth, don't antagonize the lady who's not afraid to hit people. She's gonna smack you senseless if you tick her off enough. Never mind, she's gonna do it now. Yeah! I guess short people have feelings too. Yes, they do, you idiot! Edgeworth, you nincompoop! Maybe you did deserve that smack to some degree. Hmm? What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there's litter running loose inside this courthouse is simply unforgivable. She goes... Yep, there she goes. She has not changed. She has not grown out of smacks the nearest person next to her when she's upset, has she? When she's always like that? Does she always choose violence? Is that just her MO? Cause methinks it is. It's not like it was I who littered. Rubbish belongs in the rubbish bin. Just... Yeah. Edgeworth, you should bring your sister to court, jeez. Did you just touch the cactus, you idiot? It's a cactus! You just don't go and... The first thing he says is... I'm like, did you just poke the cactus? Did you? What's the matter? I pricked myself on one of this cactus's needles. You idiot! It's a cactus! Why were you putting your hand near it? Does he not know what a cactus is? Is this his first encounter with a cactus? Has this man never encountered a cactus before? This man who could be loosely described with as being a cactus of a man, at least in the beginning, when we see their OG game, the very first Ace Attorney, he's quite prickly. Definitely could feel like a cactus. He grows out of it, thankfully, but still. How did you manage to prick yourself so immediately on a cactus? I don't even live around cactuses. Even I know you gotta stay clear of them. They got a ton of needles on them. How are you that dumb yet so smart? I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp. Again, how are you this dumb yet so smart? It's called a needle. Not like, I don't know, a pole? I don't know, a shaft or something? It's a needle. It is sharp by definition. So this man, this freaking, like, he... Wait, I wonder if needles are sharp and poked it and was surprised to find out the answer was yes. I need to face palm. I need to put my face in my hands. This man dumb, Your Honor. Anyway, I'm gonna stop sassing Edgeworth about the cactus. Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Oh, yeah, that's why, no, you do not want to know the trouble it is when you have to deal with cactus-related injuries beyond just like a pricked finger. Yeah, don't don't mess around with cactuses. You're nasty. I didn't want to know. And I don't want I wish I didn't know that. Yeah, somebody was telling me. I was just like, they only needed to say, yeah, stay away from the cactus, you'll get pricked. I was like, oh, yeah. And then they decided to tell me the most horrific story they knew about cactus-related injuries. And I'm like, I didn't need to know that. I was already staying away from the cactus. Thank you. So yeah, I'm very much like, no, nope, don't mess around with cactuses. That's the moral of the story. Do not mess around with cactuses. Unless you're in a very dangerous situation, I guess. Cactuses make nice weapons. Anyway, enough about cactuses, jeez. Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case. Do you really think so? Because I believe this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related. Oh, well then, I look forward to your explanation of how exactly it is related. Is that all we can see here? Oh, we can look down. Oh, what is this? The dirt on this bench. It smells like some sort of sweet substance. I can't believe there's someone going around dirtying the courthouse. For shame!
Hold it!
Oh. Calm down, Francesca. Take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could be. Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench. I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob. You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to? Sir, yes, sir! Man in blue. It's such a baggy uniform. I'm kind of surprised. When so many characters have, like, nice trim outfits, and then there's the forensic team in this more baggy outfit. I'm like, is that what they wear? I don't know. Actually, I don't even think I know what forensic wears around here. Maybe I should look into that? So at least I know if it's a forensic person trying to find information, and I know to give them a wide berth so I don't, like, sully the evidence or something. So I think that crime scene would have already been taped off, but still. I guess it might be worth knowing. I've got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir. And do we know who they belong to? Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer. Gumshoe handprint. Oh, Detective Bad's paying attention. Or is he just... I thought he was looking the other way. And there you have it. Yes, I suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench. I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. She is ready to give Gumshoe a lecture. Edgeworth is trying to solve a murder. Okay. Oh, what is this? There's a bunch of ants. This is what the ants are. What are these black speckles? I believe it's a pile of ants eating away. Oh, a detective, he claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet here's a whole hill of them. And she smacked Edgeworth. What are you hitting me for? As a replacement for the pathetic detective. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts. Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating. From the look and sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Miles Edgeworth, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times. Yug! It wasn't me that dropped the food on the ground. The courthouse must be She's so mad. Kept clean. Edgeworth, maybe take a few steps away from Francesca. Oh my goodness. I think we have enough. I have the logic, I think, now. Oh, jeez. No human can climb through the pink piece of trash. Swiss roll. Maybe not. What's this? Because I know it's the bit of pink rubber is a balloon. Remember Kay? Young little child Kay. She had a balloon and she doesn't now. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. Yay, it worked! This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. I didn't know Therian was sitting on the windowsill. No one else, no one who doesn't play Octopath Traveler gets that reference anyway. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. The balloon piece. I just know I've seen a pink balloon around. Found in a windowsill of a hallway window. Lobby 1, 2. No human can through these barred windows. The scent of flowers is in the air. Down the floor under the bench. A hill of ants are attracted to their sweet scent. It's kind of funny that the two pieces of logic I have right now are talk about smells. I don't think there's anything else. No. Can I talk to Detective Bad? Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about. He's just me. Ignoring them. Hey, how about doing some actual work, you? I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess. They're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself. Plus, I still hold investigative authority. Detective Bad does not know how to deal with Edgeworth. Or Francesca. Detective Gumshoe and the gunshot is what we can ask about. So, Detective Gumshoe. So, I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday. That guy was just accused. You know. I just knew something was going to happen. My detective's intuition told me. A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it. Oh, jeez. What's intense look? Oh, even Francesca's freaked out.
Hold it.
Francesca, I think you need to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad. Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. Oh, it's Miss You. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad, and that he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said not let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside. And around what time did all of that take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once. Oh, and how could you make such a claim? One of the guards out in this floor's main lobby swore to me he didn't. If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to? That's simple. He must have gone to lobby number 2, just as I suspected. You and I. We were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem that I am still missing some key pieces of information. Okay, the gunshot. The shit of bad. You also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in the defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2, together with you. As in Callisto you. Not you as in Edgeworth in this game. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug who was just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies. In that order. That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does, little miss. I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I deserve, or else. He dodged. Yeah, detective, that is cool. You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare. Just joking. I don't think he is. Francesca knows it. Check if that is really something if he can make Francesca behave. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? Time he heard the gunshot. Well, we got the time. He was in lobby number 1 in the... So we don't need the place. I guess situation around? I guess we could get maybe more information if we asked him about the situation he was in around the time he heard the gunshot. I'd like to know a little more about the circumstances under which you heard the gunshot. Like I said, I was in lobby number 1 with you. I have nothing else to add. Well, this testimony certainly corroborates with what Miss Yu said. Miles, you already asked him about that, remember? Maybe it is the time. We have the time in relation to the order of events, but not like, was the shot heard at, you know, like 1:30 or something? Excuse me. A second. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we haven't had the actual time of, like... I guess? Because, like, the place we already know. And yeah, I guess he was just talking to you, but he didn't say anything more on that. So yeah, I guess the time... What was the actual time? I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess. The trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't going to show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang. The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart. When was the trial supposed to start? Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste. Ooh. Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing. I get the sense he is somewhat investigating this crime scene. But rather that he is keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bat, may I ask that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer? I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then, be obstinate. We'll just do as we please. Come on, Miles. You may no longer be willing to help us, however. May I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation? Do as you like. Yep. Detective Bad does not want to deal with them. Can I look at this? I can look at court. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. Oh, that got us the logic. Just lovely. What will they think of next? Don't be a jerk in court, like these beef jerks. One packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk. 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. For $6. They're awfully overpriced. The lineup is simply awful, period. Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from this machine. I was wondering about that myself. Well, there is a Swiss roll right here. Stay neutral as a Swiss do until the end with these. The end of what? Well, I assume it means the end of the trial. I just realized that milk carton kind of looks like it has two little angry eyes. It's kind of funny. I suppose this means that one should eat these during a recess. You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now. Huh. I wouldn't mind if you want to eat one now. They come in packs of 2, after all. We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me. If you want, we can pool our money and buy a pack together. If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it. She's so rude. Can we look anywhere else? Do we have in logic? Okay, lobby number 2 window. Vending machine. Oh, I can probably connect these two together. It's gonna work. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. These bits of chocolate and cake. Could they not have come from a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that? It seemed like the right venue. However, it is being sold right over there. The vending machine? Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, stay neutral as Swiss. Yeah. For two for $6. Talk about expensive. Is $6 even expensive nowadays? This is a bit older of a game, and I'm thinking on it, and I'm like, isn't that not too far off from the price of what it could be right now? I'm trying to think. Because essentially, it's $3 per Swiss roll, and I think I've seen, like, a little Swiss roll packet for go, like, just under $2, so it's not too terrible. Not as far off as it used to be, I guess. And that's for, like, a generic kind of cheaper one. This one sounds like it's fancier. It actually looks like it has little chocolate chunks. I just tried to compound chocolate and chunks. Chunklets. It's chocolate chunks, the chocolate chunklets. Oh gosh. Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that was the last thing apparently we needed to know. It just teleported me to the end bit. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally, after all, I'm here, aren't I? Do you take credit for everything people do around you, Francesca? At least as a kid. When she's older, she doesn't, for sure. Why is she so adamant of taking credit for everything right now? Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. Left on the hallway bench, Detective Gumshoe apparently sat here as he ate a Swiss roll. Ah, how could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly detestable. You dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place. The fact that he has to say that. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. A contradiction? Where? Oh, I think I know. I think another look at the special courthouse vending machine is in order. Can I use present? Yes. Yeah, deuce. I think I still have this evidence. Where is it? Oop, I went to profile, says. Yeah, here we go. Annual bonus envelope. Detective Gumshoe's annual bonus of $5. Literally had no money on him until he cashed this. So, which is to say, Detective Gumshoe only had $5 on him. But yeah, let's set this. About Detective Gumshoe's finances. He said that until this morning, he didn't have even a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? Neither of you help with that fact. A fact that I'm still upset with for both of these two nitwits. Even though I think as time goes on, Edgeworth gets a softer spot for Gumshoe and feels bad about it more and more as time goes on. He just sits there and Gumshoe talks about how poor he's being and how he has to do things. And Edgeworth is like, maybe I should give you a raise? He's like, I'm feeling really bad. I'm like, as you should! Detective Gumshoe was not that bad of a detective. I mean, it was a rough start, but still, Gumshoe ends up being a pretty good detective. Like, we literally could not have solved some things without Gumshoe being Gumshoe, so. There you go. Anyway, if his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, We found cake crumbs on the floor. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. The detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, yet he did. The question is, how? The little girl who kicked you in the shin asked you for change for $1. $1 plus $5 equals $6. He had a Swiss roll with K. I mean, K did drop one of these. Yeah, Swiss roll dropped by the mysterious girl. It's priced at 2 for $6. She only had one. It was K. Not hard to figure out. I believe I now have a very firm grasp on what happened here. Well, I do too. Alright, Francesca. Would you care to share what conclusions you've come to? Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first, so you go ahead. She don't know shite. It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. I don't think it's cute at all. I think it's bratty. Very well. But first, we need to pay His Honor a visit to correct his testimony. Oh, they're in the courthouse now. Courtroom. They've been in the courthouse. They're in the courtroom now. Courtroom number 3, to be exact. What are you doing just sitting there waggling your finger, Edgeworth? Yeah, he just sits there for like 5 seconds and then starts talking. I'm like, Edgeworth, just start talking, man. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up. You doubt me? Am I your new suspect? In a sense, I suppose you could say that. Even you, a judge, are nothing but a common witness before Von Karma. Silence in the courtroom! Silence, I say! Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by... Oh, he's... okay. I'm not reading that. You bit your tongue again, didn't you? Ahem. As a defender of the law, I could never give false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want. Very well, then. Your testimony, if you please. We're going up against the judge. I don't know if this is gonna be hard or easy. Okay, big yawn. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machine. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. Why did he emphasize the me so much? Methinks he is sweating bullets. Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? Oh! I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now. Okay, I wonder if we can just press right away. Let's see. I don't think so. Oh, the restroom. There's nothing wrong with the window hallway. Well, windows and hallways, I should say. The detective buying and then completely disappeared. This is the part where I'm like, I think I might be able to show the handprint on the bench to get it right away, but I might have to press it first, but we'll quickly see. Can I just jump right into this, or do I have to change the testimony?
Objection!
Nope. We're good. What's that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout objection while someone is giving testimony? Ha! If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, never let an opportunity to shout objection pass... Wait, no, I read that wrong. For example, I never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by. Again, Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Why? Just why? He'll just barrel out objection whenever appropriate. How serious? You know, I think he's being serious because this man's not gonna be joking about that. Your judge has a look. He does. He's in his formal judge attire, which has the smock, I guess? Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life. This is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. For honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me. What is that filth? But there's somebody dirty the hallway bench like that. Who's the culprit? The party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness. If you must know, the uncouth bench stolier has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. Oh? Well, that's good, but who was it? We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench. Namely, Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. Not happy with committing just murder, he had to go and dirty the courthouse too! Guilty! Judge, calm down! It's a bench that can be cleaned, probably with a paper, like a moist paper towel. Its attorney characters are so weird. I already knew this, but sometimes I'm reminded just how weird. Your Honor, please calm down. Well, it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench. But we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder. What do you mean? I believe that the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusions to be true. Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him from when I was leaving the restroom? It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francesca herself was unable to see out of that window. She's actually not hitting him for once, at least not right away. Hello, Margaret, welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Grandma Iris, welcome, welcome. The cake at the judge's bench. Cake at the judge's bench. Nice. Now I want cake. I'm not going to get cake. Anyway. Nope, she smacked him. Yuck! I knew I shouldn't have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom. Then... It seems that you have made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window... Yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. What? Do you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony has just proved the detective was in the hallway the entire time. Who's saying hold it? Was that the judge? Ah, sorry! I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try saying it once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it! Is there something of value that you'd like to say? Yes, actually there is. I remember something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time. The judge is really getting into this. Even if we overrule him, he'll just keep on talking, wouldn't he? It might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in a perfect investigation, right? Yep. Edgeworth and Francesca only care about a perfect investigation, and then there's probably the rest of us who are like, no, Gumshoe! At least that's what I'm like. That's what most people, when I hear people talk about this, they're just like, no, Gumshoe! Poor Gumshoe. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. What was that? That is the testimony of one who judges the crimes of others. Your Honor, could you try to state the important facts first next time? I agree. Before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words. Ew. I'm sorry. But honestly, I just thought that sound was just a noise popper until now. Now that he mentions it, right before we restarted the trial, he did talk about that. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway, and whether that lines up when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. Does this mean we have to press? Okay. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. I've already read this. Okay. Detective was sitting when he looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier. Important detail. Okay. I think we want to press on the gunshot mention. Your Honor, about what you just said. I know, I couldn't believe myself. Oh, there he goes. Off he goes. Jibber jabber. I didn't get any of that. What did he say? Can I pull up the history? Yes, I can. I know, I couldn't believe it myself, but I heard it. Bang! With the gunshot. I heard it loud and clear. And then I had a knee-jerk reaction, aha! And jumped into the air like this, just like this, with a quick ha! Your Honor, please remain calm when you're trying to explain yourself to me. He got very excited. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Now then, let's gather myself, yes. When I heard the gunshot, there was no one in the hall. I should know, I looked. There was no one there! This judge's emotional circuits appear to be stuck on overreact. The judge is the Cooper. He does. He's a good guy, but I'm just like, oh my gosh. He's a little bit scatterbrained. At this point, nothing stands out to me as a contradiction in his testimony. Francesca, if I'm correct, this testimony is hardly precision quality. I know that. And that's why I said at this point. I think my first line of attack will be to draw more information from His Honor. Okay. I'll just keep pressing on everything, I guess. In that case, you could see that you were overconfident in your last testimony. Hold on there. I just said it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom this time. But you know something. I don't think you know when the prints you reference were left on the bench, do you? Ah. While you have proven that it's possible the detective was sitting, I still have a problem with just when those fingerprints were left. He's right. I have yet to prove when the fingerprints were left on that bench. While he feigns in ignorance, His Honor has seen a lot of life. This judge, I mustn't underestimate him. Okay. Doesn't mean the detective was sitting where he looked. Must be established. You went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into the hallway? After I called for a recess, I handed the... Sorry. I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvene. Yes, that sounds about right. Just as I expected. What were you expecting? And I demand to know what that old knowing smile is for. Your Honor, that statement you just made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony. Alright, if you insist. Let's see. I looked into that hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. Wasn't the fatal shot supposed to be, like, right before? Okay. Other than the gunshot, I didn't have to struggle. Where do I say that? Ah, here you go. Detective Bad's testimony. Heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. Alright.
Objection!
Stupid Von Karma. Finger wiggle. I cannot allow you to make an objection. What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. Eat gags! I've been overruled! Your Honor, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. What do you mean by that? You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred von... Instead of biting your tongue, why don't... What did she say? Skip. Instead of biting your tongue, why don't you bite your tongue on those preposterous names? She smacked him. I guess Francesca doesn't like overly long names. I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Francesca. Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back. With your height, you need a stepladder to accomplish that. Oh my... That was not necessary, Edgeworth. Ahem, Mr. Edgeworth. My ears are not that far gone yet, I'll have you know. I can still hear just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears. Your Honor. I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad. And according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. What did you say? Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How do you explain this glaring contradiction? That can't be! Unfortunately, that is the truth. But I heard it clear as day. Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot. That you thought was a noise popper before. I'm not sure if you heard it clearly as you think. The sound of the gunshot. We keep returning to this point of contention. And that piece of evidence. I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what that gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what produced the gunshot you heard. It's the Baroon! If I can get to it.
Take that!
I found this object in the hallway earlier. Oh, what is that pink substance? You may not look it, but this is actually a piece of a balloon. I see. And I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record. Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. What? Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there's no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at the time. Therefore, you believed he must have been at the crime scene. Defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct? Yes, that's exactly right. Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I've said enough that even you can figure out the rest on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot. What manner of trickery is this? It was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But it was me. I'd have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified. You have to elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins. Well, to be honest, I did think the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound. But who could have guessed that something would pop? Who would have guessed that somebody would pop a balloon in a place like this? That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse. Oh. I want to trade these coins with you. That's it. That balloon the girl was holding. It explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy. Who knew? Giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do. What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I will see to it myself that he is released. Wait. There's still a few things I've yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe. But why? I thought we just cleared his name! Whether we did just now or not, I cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the evidence that occurred in the hallway. Very well, bailiff! Bring Detective Gumshoe into the courtroom. I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. Is that a to be continued? Nope, it's not a to be continued. Edgeworth's finally getting there. Yeah, he is. Oh, what is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I've already told you a gazillion times, pal. I didn't do it. I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe. No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that. Oh, no. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that. Can't you guys be a little less judgmental? Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgments, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in judgment on my part. Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime. I guess so. What are you guys talking about? In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you were on guard duty. And please remember, you're not on trial. This is all just part of the investigation. As such, you may still be found to be innocent. However, if you should give false testimony... Yow! My whip will object loud and clear. If you are found to be lying, you'll be held indefinitely. Understood? I gotcha, pal. Looking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. And if I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case. Because he kept saying it was just him in the hallway, but Kay was obviously there. Actually, Edgeworth kind of saw her run into that hallway. Okay, while I was on duty, I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on, till I heard the gunshot, I was in that hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. He's still singing the same tired tune. In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he is lying. It's time I pull the information I need out of him. Edgeworth is ready to go. I didn't get to see his determined look in a while. Okay, I think we just press on things.
Hold it.
Oh. So yeah, Detective Bad called him down. So was it really Detective Bad who called you down here? You bet it was, pal. I was left in charge of the precinct while everybody was out, and this call comes in. I want you down here in 1 minute flat, he said. Well, I thought this was my big chance, my first case, so I made a mad dash down there. Although, I couldn't exactly get there in a minute flat. So how long did it take you? About 10 minutes, I guess. And what was Detective Bad doing when you finally made it? It was waiting for me down on the first floor in the entranceway, pal. Yeah, we're gonna be stand guard in front of lobby number 2. So the gunshot was in that hallway the whole time. Maybe press on this more. You claim to have been in that hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in that hallway? Of course I did something. I got at the door to lobby number 2, pal. What else? Very well then. And what exactly does guarding that door entail? Well, to put it simply... Oh, I know. It was my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch. Oh. Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of? Oh my god, oop. You got it, pal. I didn't take a single step away from that door, just like I was ordered not to. Francesca and the judge. Even Edgeworth. They're not buying it. Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden? Because we are all in shock. And all of your utter stupidity. Scruffy, if you're going to lie, at least tell us a more believable one. And she smacked him. Ouch! But I'm not lying. I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close. Didn't take a single foot away from the lobby number 2 door. Well, yeah. Okay, what? Okay, there, pulled up. Whistle drop. Oh, he has his handprint? This is proof that he moved away from the door because his handprint's on the bench. I guess? Let's try.
Objection!
Well, the music cut out, so that was right. I have an objection. What is it, pal? Detective Gumshoe. I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Hey! What are those things? The courthouse special Swiss rolls, right, pal? Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you also recall the sullied hallway bench. Hey! You know what? I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe, you know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this. You inconsiderate, slovenly pig. And she smacked him. Yeah! I promise to clean it up later, I swear. Now then, shall we get down to business? With the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door. If that really were the case, then how were you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls? Ah! Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step in front of that door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands? Ouch! There's that Francesca's whip. Can do more damage than my words alone can. Alright, I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I bought a pack for myself, okay? I thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found out about me eating on the job. So I didn't want to say anything. Well, unfortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buy a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay, I'm sorry for lying. That's all I'm sorry for. You got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back. That last statement may sound like it makes sense. However, there's something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Of course not! I got nothing else to hide, pal! Oh, if only that were true, Detective Gumshoe. But it is true, pal. I swear there's nothing else. Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you are aware of the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct? Remind me again, pal. That vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack. And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Oh. Let me ask you then. How did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that? I told you, I bought it for myself, pal. There wasn't anyone else in that hall with me. So there's no one who could have helped me buy it. Wait, don't tell me. You got some kind of proof there was someone else in that hallway, don't you? Correct. As if you could. I mean, what are the chances of that? Wait, you do? Of course I do. What? How? What proof do I have that there must have been someone else in the hallway? The balloon? We found it in the hallway. No. Not that. Okay. I got Edgeworth to make a funny face because I did the wrong thing. Oh. Here's the Swiss roll drop by the mysterious young girl. Maybe this?
Take that!
Hey, you showed me that to me that seconds ago, pal. I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of Swiss rolls. Wait, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it, you thief! What? I would never do such a thing. You liars are the same. You start out as thieves. You're under arrest, pal. If you mean to assert that all thieves start out as liars, And in that case, what does it say about you, Detective? This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone. Oh. There are 2 Swiss rolls in this packet. You ate one of them. But then you gave the other one to a certain other person, didn't you? No way, pal. You got it all wrong. I ate both of them. Oh my gosh, Kay. Oh! He dodged it this time. She's ready to fight. She's ready to throw hands. She's got a Viper Strike, Edgeworth. It would appear that we've caught you at last. Hey, don't you dare do anything bad to that girl. It would appear that they do know each other after all. So, why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow? I have a name and it's Kay. Kay what? Kay Faraday! Faraday? Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter? I'm not a you. I'm Kay! Kay, you know, good little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave a big nasty bruises like the way you do. Well then you shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister. Gummy? My guess is she's talking about Detective Gumshoe. What a cute nickname you've given him. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. Hey. It appears that I will need to speak with her in a bit more detail. Rah! Oh, I can actually move. Oh gosh. She's gonna kick Edgeworth again. Hello. She is still just as feisty. Oh my gosh. She's such a spitfire. She's ready to go. Kay is so cute. Even if she does like kicking people in the shin real hard. Apparently Edgeworth has bruises. Now then, Kay. She literally hissed. She literally went. She's like a stray cat. Oh, hi, kitty. I wonder if I should feed her something. You give this Swiss roll back? Hey, I promise to give this to you if you calm down. Oh, a Swiss roll. Immediately calms down and wants the child. Yep. Peak child energy. Cake! Drops everything. I want cake! Fair enough. It really belongs to you, though, doesn't it? Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy. Oh. Edgeworth and Francesca are like, oh, how do we tell a child her father just got murdered? Good luck with that, you two. Not my problem. Oh my. Your father, he's... Ah, don't you say another word, pal. She doesn't know yet. Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Daddy. I overheard the guards talking. Oh no, she's crying. About how Daddy's... he's not here anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. Ouchies, no. Okay. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna... There she goes. Cry! Edgeworth's dad got murdered too when he was a child, so I bet this hits a little close to home. Cause Edgeworth is being a softie. It's alright. Let it all out. Your father just passed away, after all. I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse. when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into a fine ash on that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. Ever since that incident, I've dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. And now, to have this happen right in front of me. This child, I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us. Miles Edgeworth, what sort of gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch your lady cry? Ah, you're right, sorry about that. Okay, here, how about we use this handkerchief here and dry your little eyes? Oh, she's shaking. Ah. And right on his she blew on her nose on his ruffles! With a big ol' honk. Oh my gosh, Edgeworth's face. My gosh, Kay is tiny next to him. She's so tiny. Hug the precious baby. Ooh, my cravat. Don't blow your nose on that. I feel better now. Thanks. Are you just gonna wear it now? Ew! Ed is playing Kay's theme. Alright, can we talk to the little one some more? Okay, are you going to be alright? Yep, I'm already alright. Somehow, I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it. I promised Daddy I'd never cry in front of strangers. And you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right? That's right. Oh my gosh, she's so adorable! Can I just give her a hug? Vanity, meet the reality of a child. Oh yeah, I've heard plenty of parents' stories go like, oh yeah, you stop caring about the fussy little things when you have to raise kids real quick. Practicality becomes king. Yeah, if you're a vain person, you can't stand not having your vanity, don't have kids! Anyway, I'm not going down that road any longer. Even if I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still going to keep all my promises. You're a very brave girl, Kay. You're a very good child for keeping the promises you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry. Just for you. Does Francesca has a soft spot for Kay? Yeah, let's go. Thank you very much, lady. It's nothing. I'm only telling the truth, after all. It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francesca is sympathetic to Kay's feelings. Okay, we can ask her about her dad, and we can ask her about Swiss rolls. Oh my god. Also, what kind of uniform is this? What are you wearing, child? That is a big, thick backpack strap. She has a backpack on. Man, they don't make backpack straps really chunky like that anymore, do they? They make them so thin nowadays, they dig into your shoulder and it really hurts. Can we have thicker backpack straps back, please? People expect us to put so much in them. Okay, anyway, let's question Kay besides complaining about the construction of modern-day backpack. Or as of the time we're recording. Okay, your father. Hey, what kind of person was your father? Daddy was a hero of justice! His job was to catch all the bad people in the world. So, to you, a prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose we are in a sense, as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals. Unless you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Daddy would buy me Daddy would buy me my absolute favorite treat, Swiss rolls. She likes cream. The Swiss rolls are really good, tasty, because it's cake rolled up around cream. So it's just like whipped cream and cake. But not like the spray can whipped cream, like a like actual heavy cream, whipped cream. So yeah, it's good. I've had Swiss rolls. They are very tasty. Oh, I want to be a hero of justice someday, just like Daddy. So I've been working really hard. I see. And what have you been working hard on? Big nod. I've been working hard to keep all my promises Daddy and I made together. A promise notebook. May I take a look inside, Kay? Sure, okay. Has she actually asked Edgeworth for his name yet? I'm just thinking on it, I'm like, I don't think anyone's actually has anyone actually introduced Edgeworth to Kay? It appears to be an exchange diary of sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Faraday's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook might just come in handy later. Well, it has Faraday's writing in it, so I guess we can cross-reference his penmanship. Hold on, I want to look at that some more. Let's see. Kay's promises to Daddy. Promise 1. Never take things from a stranger. Promise 2. Never go anywhere with a stranger. So far, so good. This is just very much parent being a parent. Like, please don't take random things from strangers. Like, you don't want to take things from strangers. Who knows where it's been? Okay, promise 3. Always greet people with a smile. Even people you don't know. Promise 4. Never cry in front of strangers. Promise 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Daddy's job is to make sure that everyone follows the rules. Okay, be a good girl and promise that you'll keep your promises to me, okay? Love your daddy. Papa Faraday! You know, actually, besides the crying thing, which is a bit weird, don't cry in front of strangers. I mean, that's a bit odd. Not really all that harmful, I guess. But, at least in most cases, but why? Why is that a thing? Alright. Back to dialogue. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero just like your father. I'm going to try. Okay. So I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero too. Yeah! You're really cool too, Gummy. Yeah, aren't I, Kay? What is with the two of them? All I'm getting out of this is everybody gets along with Kay. Kay can get along with a lot of people. I hand down the verdicts of justice, so that makes me a hero too. Yes, and thanks to your oh-so-heroic testimony, you almost painted that detective as a vile criminal and sent him off to jail. I'm really sorry about that. Tommy is not a bad man, okay? She's going to fight the judge. She's going to fight justice. No, not justice. She's gonna fight the law. Literally. I like Kay. I'm having a great time right now. That poor judge. He's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay. Yeah, we're friends. In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? You befriended? Okay. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Gumshoe! So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier. Big nod. Yep. I was on my way to see Daddy when I first saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway, staring really hard at the vending machine, so I said hi. And when was this? Before everything got crazy? How long were the two of you together? We only talked for a little while, and then we went on our own ways. That's right, pal. Gay and I only talked for a little while, and that's it. Oh, which means we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess. Isn't that right? You got me. I told you to stop picking on Gummy, mister. She's gonna monkey punch you in the kidneys. This little girl's not afraid of hitting people. Kay grew out of that. Francesca didn't. Very well then. Let's just have to speak with the good detective in private later. Okay, Swiss rolls. Are you the one who bought this pack of Swiss rolls, Kay? Well, I didn't really have a lot of money, and I somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had. But still wasn't enough, and I really, really wanted one. Come to think of it, she did come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me to change your money, correct? Yeah, thanks so much for doing that, mister. Yet you've still kicked him, I think... Has it been twice? He caught her... It was at least once. He caught her one time. I think... No, he's only gotten smacked one time by Kay. He caught her the second time. Once bitten, twice shy, eh, Edgeworth? Sure. Well, let me ask you. Even with that $1, you still didn't have enough, correct? Well, that's why... Hey! If you bully Kay anymore, I'm going to have to arrest you, pal! You know, remind you that you're the one already under arrest. Yo! I sense that Kay is going to be less than forthcoming with this question. Sorry about your ruffly thing. Yes, well, now that it's positively drenched in your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay, I have a spare. So here, you can have this one. Oh, he actually took it off? But Daddy said, never take things from a stranger. Ah, it's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct? Yeah, look, see? It's right here on this page. Yeah, and promise number 1, never take things from a stranger. Alright then. I'm not giving this to you. I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me next time we meet. Okay! Daddy never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers. She found a loophole. And you wonder why she grew up into a gremlin. She's how old? Wait, do we have her age now? Let me check. Wait, oh. She's right there. She's 10 years old. She's 10 years old. Yeah, Mr. Faraday's daughter. It seems like she talked with Detective Gumshoe during the recess. So Kay is 10. I think she's like 16, 17 present time. Because remember, this is a flashback episode. Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Uh-oh. I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little Kay in that hallway. I told you to stop being mean to Gummy! Miles Edgeworth, there is still something you have yet to resolve. I beg your pardon. You still haven't offered an explanation for why that man would lie to us. That's... well... Gummy, don't tell me you lied for my sake. Hey, don't worry about it, Kay. Everything's gonna be okay. Oh, so that's why. So what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? If you can't explain that, then you can't call this a perfect investigation. His reason for lying is very simple. What? Here's what I believe to be his reason. From simple observation of the detective's actions and his interactions with Kay, it's obvious the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Which piece of evidence proves that Detective Gumshoe was lying on account of Kay? Isn't the Is it the promise book? I almost said prosecutor book. I mean, sort of. I mean, it was written by Mr. Faraday and he is a prosecutor, but that's also not a good explanation. Yeah, never take things from a stranger. Never go anywhere with a stranger. Always greet with a beautiful smile. Never cry. Always try your hardest to learn things you don't about things you don't understand. I think it's the first two, because she did get a Swiss roll. Like, Gumshoe was probably the actual one who bought it, so, you know, take a thing from a stranger, and she was hanging out with Gumshoe, who she presumably just met today. So I think it's this? I'd guess. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think we have anything else. I think it's her book.
Take that!
Mr. Faraday's and Kay's promise notebook. How does this explain things? You could take a look at this page. It's clearly written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay. What a foolishly foolish fools of a foolish reason for a fool! Guess what Francesca's favorite word is? Jeez, lady. And she's gonna hit Gumshoe. Yep, there she goes. Yow! Me? You lied because of me, didn't you? Because I'm your friend, Kay. That's why. Me? At long last, Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now? Guess there's no beating you, huh, pal? Okay. I'll spill the goods. I'd been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry, and that snack vending machine was taunting me. But all the cash you had on you was $5. That wasn't enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in that machine is a $6 pack of Swiss rolls. Yeah, but then, like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up. Here comes another one. I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy, so I wanted to buy a Swiss roll. I only had about $1 in coins. So we pooled my $5 and her $1 together, and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together. But I was worried about breaking one of my promises. So then Gummy said, Mr. Faraday's one scary guy when he gets mad. Don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you bought it with me, so you didn't really get it from me, you know? He told me it'd be okay. And he gave me a whole roll to save and give to Daddy. Who knew that Scruffy could be so considerate? He is very considerate. Most of the time, at least. He's a good guy. This is why Gumshoe has, like, been a fan favorite for, like, ages. I think that's one thing people say about, Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice is, like, we don't get to see an older Gumshoe. But I think, oh, who was it? It was one of the developers. I don't remember which one. It's been too long and I'm not familiar enough with their name to remember probably as well. Does not help. But yeah, one of the developers said that Gumshoe didn't show up in those two games because they couldn't imagine what an older Gumshoe would look like. I need to have, like, we didn't see Gumshoe because he ended up getting, like, I don't know, a promotion or is working somewhere else. Maybe not as a detective. Just maybe he's happier. Because he can actually get a paycheck, the poor man. Oh, what if... Oh, it would be really cute if he got married to Maggie. That would be adorable. Because he likes Maggie. At least, I think they're not too different in age. But he does like Maggie. That'd be cute. I want Gumshoe to be happy. Leave a like if you want Gumshoe to be happy too. Or a comment, one of the two. Let's Gumshoe be happy. Is there a detective emoji? Should be like a detective emoji and a star emoji. Nobody likes you, Francesca. Learn from Gumshoe. Oh my gosh, that's so mean. That's so mean. People do like Francesca. She does actually have her moments of helping out, but it's usually like somebody needs to go up to her and be like, Francesca, somebody's going to die if you don't help us. And she's like, fine. Like, Francesca, why are you like this? Like, you do get moments where she is a bigger softie than she lets on, but at the same time, she will refuse to show it at all. And I'm like, Francesca, life might be a little easier for you if you chilled out a little. Lady. But Francesca is Francesca. I guess she wouldn't be herself if she wasn't constantly on edge. Anyway. Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together. Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. The sweet taste of that cake's chocolate. I'll never forget it as long as I live, pal. Edgeworth, get him some Swiss rolls. You are way rich enough to afford to get him a $6 pack of Swiss rolls. Get this man a cake. Edgeworth, be nice to Gumshoe. Honestly, you know what? Given how, like, malnourished it sounds like Detective Gumshoe's diet is, it would be kind of hilarious, like, if Gumshoe got well fed, that he's actually, like, one of the most competent detectives out there. It's just, he's always calorie deprived, the poor man. Can't think good when your stomach is grumpy. I be nice to Gumshoe. Gumshoe's a good man. He is married with many children, and he has his wife spoiled. Somebody needs to get on the story. I'm not a writer. I don't like writing very much. I wonder if somebody has written a story of Gumshoe, be like, this is a slice of life, wholesome fluff. He's working at this local precinct. His boss loves him for the valuable guy he is. We're gonna rewrite the Ace Attorney series and make sure Gumshoe has a good life. We're on the Protect Your Gumshoe squad. Oh my gosh. Maybe I could do a doodle. I'm like, I could do a doodle and be like, Detective Gumshoe squad. That'd be such a silly image. Okay, seriously though, anyway. Hey, I believe this also belongs to you. Oh, that's from the balloon I popped. Bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on a windowsill where you couldn't see it. So just this once, I forgive you. But that balloon... I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. And because of me, Gummy dropped his half of the Swiss roll. Wow, you really got me there, pal! We need Edgeworth to discover this and be ever so slightly jealous! Oh gosh. Got a tickle in my throat now. Okay. She's so happy. It's a mischievous little thing. Oh, but poor Gumshoe lost the Swiss roll. So I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking on Gummy, mister. So you kicked me, is that it? You sure are a feisty one. I'm really sorry, mister. It's alright. I'm perfectly unharmed. You were just talking about bruises earlier. You lie! Edgeworth is being a softie! Caught in 4K! What about this Swiss roll? Would it be alright with you if I held on to it until Detective Gumshoe is cleared of all charges and free to go? Big nod. Yeah, sure! Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay? Of course, I promise. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty. Francesca needs to get the reality of her bad personality slap her hard. I mean, that kind of does happen in the second Ace Attorney game. She repeatedly loses to Phoenix Wright, which is a worse fate than death for her. So, you know, karma comes back around and gets her. She gets all upset because Edgeworth also is more willing to help out Phoenix than he is to help out Francesca, and she cries about it. Like, literally, she cries about it. She's like, I will earn your respect one day. And I'm like, Francesca, just calm down and you'll earn it already. Stop smacking people too. Stop having violence be the answer. I'm like, she's so close, yet so far. Okay. But anyway, Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway. Which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murders. Oh. Actually, it proves just the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime. What do you mean? It's quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss Yu. I'm getting lectured on manners by a girl with the penchant for whipping people. What? How dare you talk back with such insolence? You're wrong, lady. Gummy's not the bad guy. Oh, and what do we have here? What is a child doing here in a courthouse? Bailiff, please take this child away. Bye, Kay. Good luck with that, bailiff. She kicks. You needs a personality transplant to get a human. Yeah. Well, Miss Callisto, that girl is Mr. Faraday's. I know. So what? You think just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to run wild all around the crime scene? I think it's actually quite dangerous for her, to speak nothing of getting underfoot. I suppose you're right, however. As long as we're in agreement on that point, let's just get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time, correct? Yeah, but... You see, isn't it obvious it could only be the detective? He's the only person who could have gone into lobby number 2 at the time of the murders. I have no counter-argument to that. Don't worry, I've already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest. But the investigation is far from over. Oh, that's right. I was going to speak with you about that. Don't you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard? Suppose it is. Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal, or you may regret what comes of your negligence. Ooh. Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgivable as a disciple of Von Karma. Down, Tigress. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation. And she just leaves. She just shows up, causes problems, and just goes away. She didn't bring a card or anything. So we're back to square one. Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all of the circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. You is here to make Francesca look good in the store. Shots fired today, huh? It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. Oh, to be continued. Looks like that is going to be for another time, because we're a little early to end it on usual stream today, but a good place— Oop, that's okay. A good place to stop is a good place to stop. That was fun. We got to see so much of little K, and then Gumshoe being the best Gumshoe he can be. He's such a good guy. I like Gumshoe so much. I mean, what is that? The last case in... I don't remember the subtitle. I just remember it's the second Ace Attorney game. There's just Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright is the first ever game. And then it's Justice for All and Trials and Tribulation, but I don't remember which subtitle goes under what game. I'm like, I know those are the subtitles for the last two Phoenix Wright-led ones, but I don't know. I want to say Trials and Tribulations. You know what? I have some time. I can just Google it, can't I? Let me Google this. Maybe one day I'll remember off the top of my head, but that's not today. Eventually, let's see. What would I type in? Ace Attorney game list? I guess would work. Let me see. Yeah, Ace Attorney. Yeah, we got... Okay, yeah. Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. Yeah, games. Yeah, Phoenix Wright. Oh, Justice for All is the second one. Trials and Tribulation is the third one. Okay. I actually kind of remembered it correctly. I'm like, I want to say Trials and Tribulations is the last one in the original trilogy, which is now known as the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Not the only time you play as Phoenix Wright, though. Yeah, you have him in Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Even though I think you do... How much you... Actually, it might not... Actually, Dual Destinies is pretty evenly divided, I think. Yeah. You don't... Maybe you play as Apollo a bit more? Because he's got a couple of cases. I know you play as Phoenix for at least the last case? No, right, no, in the trial for that, you have Athena, and then it swaps to Phoenix. I think there's some of that going on. There's a lot of, actually, no, I think there's a lot of that going on in Dual Destinies. But anyway. We are not playing Dual Destinies, currently at the very least. We are playing Investigations Collection. And, it looks like... Well, we know for sure Gumshoe was in the clear, because he was just standing in the hallway the whole time. That's definitely the truth. Gumshoe would... I mean, if he was the actual culprit, he would not be a detective in present day. So it's like pretty obvious, like, it's not Gumshoe. He's still a detective. He's been a detective for a good long while. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised he is a detective after this happened to the poor guy. Is this the only time Gumshoe gets accused of things? I can't think of him being accused of being the culprit outside of this. No, there might be one other time. I feel like I'm forgetting another time. Anyway, it doesn't happen very often. But yeah. Ooh. We should have... one last bit. This might be the last bit of this case coming up. Might be able to get to the end of it next stream, might not. I guess it kind of depends on how fast I can piece things together. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think there's too much more in this case. So then we have one last case left on the investigations Miles Edgeworth side of the collection. And then we'll be on to Prosecutor's Gambit. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to getting to the Prosecutor Bandit. Bandit. Wow. Gambit. not a B. G. That's a different word. Prosecutor's Bandit. That would be a bandit of a prosecutor. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, we're getting ever closer to getting to the second part of the game, which has a little bit more budget to it. I'm pretty from the look of it and all that, and I don't remember it nearly as well. I know I've looked into it, but I haven't, so I'm looking forward to getting through this. I also think the last case in investigations is pretty good, if I recall correctly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully it's something to look forward to next time. But as far as this time goes, leave any likes and comments you're willing to give. If you want to stick around, be sure to follow or subscribe, depending on the platform, because I am both on YouTube and Twitch. So pick your favorite, I guess, or pick the one you like better, at the very least. And I will be having more streams and whatnot. Be sure to check for my schedule on my community tab on YouTube, or Tumblr, or my Blue Sky. I do post there, or just, you can pretty much check down in the description and any kind of, if I could post an image on the site, I'm going to post my schedule there. So be sure to check down below for my, other sites use, my socials, etc. If you want some more information about that sort of thing. And we will probably be seeing more Ace Attorney investigations next Monday, which, when is that? I think so. Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. We're good. Probably, well, for sure, usually if I don't play this on Monday, I'll play it on Tuesday, but yeah, we should have Ace Attorney. As for the rest of this week, because as of recording, it's the beginning of the week of my streams, so tomorrow, as of recording, I am going to go play a very retro game that some of you may be interested in. Probably have definitely heard of, because it's Animal Crossing. Just plain old Animal Crossing. The very first Animal Crossing that made it to the West. Because it's actually technically not the first Animal Crossing game. It's the deluxe version. But as far as Westerners are concerned, it's the first game. But yeah, if you want to learn more about that, there are videos about that. I don't know off the top of one in particular off the top of my head, but there are plenty of, there's plenty out there. This was well documented. Yeah, we got Animal Crossing. I got a ton of old towns I can be poking through. So if you just like seeing, I guess, really old towns from back in the day, just like, what did people do on these old save files, that might be of interest to you. Next stream on Thursday. Yeah, it's a couple days. Yeah, it'll be a couple days from now. I got, of course I want to say, oh yeah, more Stardew Valley. We're gonna play more Stardew Valley. We just unlocked the sewers, so we gotta befriend Krobus, who's Krobus. And I also think I might finally try to work to upgrading the house. That's the goals now, actually befriending Krobus and finally getting a bigger gosh dang house. So if you want to see some of that, check it on Thursday. And then as Friday, as is per usual for the stream, I have a Final Fantasy XIV planned once again for basically Final Fantasy 14 Fridays. That is the norm, unless I have to cancel again like last week, which, sorry about that, but things happen. I do have to cancel sometimes. Life happens. I hope you understand, and I thank you for the understanding. But for now, that is it for today, so hopefully there was something of interest to you, and I will hopefully get to see you next time. But for now, it is time for farewells, and again, I hope to see you in another stream. Bye!